By the time I was 5 years old, I got a chance to sit at a drum set. My neighbor was rehearsing and I ran in and I'm watching them play. And then they take a break and everybody leaves. And it's just me and the drums. And I creep up really slowly and I go, I can't believe this. This is a real drum set. Finally, I get my chance. And I just pick up the sticks and go, get it, boom, boom, get, boom, boom, get. And I'm playing the drum set. I can't even reach the pedals. So I'm standing up and I just knew what to do. And then I realized at that point, I am a drummer. And then finally, for my 9th birthday, I can't believe what I see. There's drums stacked in my parents' closet, like this old Slingerland Radio King kit. And then we set up the drum set and I finally have my first drum set and it's just absolutely beautiful. And from that point on, forget about it. That's all I did. And then I got in a professional band called the Flying Phoenix. And we were actually playing bar mitzvahs and weddings and high school dances every weekend. So my friends were delivering pizza and I was making about 5 times as much money as them playing drums in a tux every weekend from the age of 15 to about 18 or 19. So I'd be playing drums in my band, going to college, general ed and business. And I ended up quitting college when I was 20, playing music full-time, playing top 40. And I met a bass player named Mark Brown. Mark Brown happened to be friends with Armin Grimaldi, who I'd played with, 7 years earlier. Armin couldn't do a road gig. He got called to do Brenda Russell. And Mark happened to say, oh, I played with this new drummer named Mark Schulman. I said, Mark Schulman, I remember Mark Schulman. Hey, there's a gig I can't do. I'm going to recommend him for it. He recommended me for Brenda Russell. That was my first road gig. So the stars were aligned, but I also was really ready. I practiced, I studied with Freddie Gruber. I took a lesson with Joe Porcaro. I knew that this was the only thing that I was going to do, was going to play drums. I started playing with Jeff Lorber, and then through Jeff Lorber, I met Dave Koz, who introduced me to the Richard Marx camp. And I ended up getting my first big rock gig a year later, and it just never stopped from there. For my 13th birthday, I got a 4-track tape recorder. So at 14 years old, I became the producer, recording engineer for my band. So I started just sort of producing the demos because I was always very fascinated with the recording process as well. I think that's what eventually led to me doing A Day in the Recording Studio, my DVD about recording drums. One secret that I learned is you actually play above the center of the drum, but you need to do that with the rim shot. Playing above the center gives it even more body. Ever since I was a little kid, I dreamed of playing Gretsch. And I was talking to Kim Graham, who's the artist rep for Gretsch and Gibraltar. And I said, you know, I'd be honored to play Gretsch Drums. She said, really? That would be fantastic. So they made me a USA maple kit, and it was just a perfect sounding drum set. And so I felt like, okay, I'm home. And then I happened to be talking to John Palmer, marketing and design engineer. I've been doing all these clinics for Gretsch and having a ball. And I realized, you know, I wanted Gretsch to incorporate like a second snare drum, like a 12 or 13-inch snare drum into the line that was medium priced, fat, crispy. And after describing everything I wanted to John, I said, God, it should be like maybe 6 inches deep, 12 inches, maybe a 13 as well, and maybe extra wide snare strainers, and maybe make it a renowned series drum so it's affordable but still sounding pro. By the end of the conversation, the Mark Schulman signature drum was organically born. I'm so proud. What does that say? Mark Schulman. And Nick Mullen, who's the Fender rep in the UK, actually said, you know, why don't you do a classic finish? So I thought, why don't we do like maple with Bubinga? And it turns out that it's one of the greatest selling signature products in the history of the Gretsch line. It just gets better and better every year, not because it's got my name on it, but because it's actually a great drum.